Okay, what's up? Can you see me and hear me now? Let's see what's going on. This is crazy, man. Hold on, folks. Hold on. Let's see what we got going on here. Okay, you can hear me and see me? Hello? Click on your email. Send a link. Send a... What's up, everybody? I want to make sure everybody can hear me. Blood on the Razor Wire TV. Things are crazy over here when I try to do this YouTube shit sometimes. You're heard and seen, bro. Okay, I don't know if Country's in here. So listen, my guest is on his way home. You guys probably see him now in the new thumbnail, right? You guys might remember him from the book, might remember him from the interview the other day. We're going to talk about him being cellies with Stranger. Nikki Summer in that house, straight from Oklahoma. I'm telling him right now I'm on here. I'm on here right now waiting on you, bro. As soon as you get home, click on there. My boy's got a job. He's working overtime. So just waiting on him to click in. We'll talk to him about Stranger, John Turscak. You guys will find out why he really hit this dude. Of course, they painted a narrative. The Black Hand, BLM. He did it because, he killed George Floyd. And, people are thinking like, damn, he did this because dude allegedly killed George Floyd, or he did kill George Floyd. Or if you watched, what is it, Burning Up Minnesota or Rising Up Minnesota, you might have a different perspective if you look at, the autopsy reports, or I don't know. There's a lot of shit going on. But you guys are going to find out why old Johnny did what he did. There's people that have tuned in and said, oh, don't mind the Elmo brush. People have tuned in. People have left comments, talking about, this dude was a nobody. He was never a Black Hand. Listen, man, he had a tattoo of a Black Hand on his body, man. Watching from Tucson. Cold-ass white boy. Okay. Chad, I'm a young man. Just started my channel. You inspired me to do it. Any tips from the GOAT? Man, listen, you start a channel, but tell you what, man, make small, short videos in the beginning. Make sure you get in that algorithm, man, 9-10-minute videos. You see 23-1, sometimes he'll do a 30-minute interview, and sometimes he will do a 9-minute video. And you know what? 1090 put in them 9-minute videos, and his shit was rocking. And I do personally think that YouTube, picks and chooses, man, who they want to push. But anyway, I made it live, bro. Well, we're going to read the comments. My boy Chatting with Stacks. Big shout out to Chatting with Stacks for helping me, get this live stream going through StreamYard. Look, man, your boy, man, he's always on the keyboard, man, doing legal work. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not a big, whatever, technology type of dude. But I think I need a bigger chair. Don't you guys think I should be up higher? Like, zoom. Should be up higher. But anyway, I'm waiting on my boy to click in, man. You guys will hear from him. He was actually in the hole with John. They were stuck in the hole. They were stuck in, isn't that dude from Silk Road? Dread Pirate Roberts at Tucson. He may very well be there. I think he might be there. But you'll find out, man. Why did this dude stab this cat when he's only got a couple years left? Is it because of, he's looking out for BLM? And no, but I told you guys, and we talked about this a couple times, right? Like, is this Red? It's Red, man. Red is a very intelligent dude, man. Story time with V Money. Can I please get a shout out? Post your channel right there, man. Yeah, why not? Let me see that hoodie, Chad. Oh, this is the Illmatic Bills hoodie right here, right? Boom. That's the Illmatic Bills hoodie right there, man, with the ice on it. Man, I hope my boy clicks on here. I'm waiting on him. Okay, he said okay. Look, he's on his way. He should be here soon. He should be joining in. And we're going to talk to him, man. And Mark says, scared of being released. You know what, Mark? I think you're right. I think he was scared of being released. And let this be no secret, right? I know Stranger. You guys are probably like, what? I know Stranger personally. Red's going to come on. John. Look, man, he was in a prison where no one really talked to him, man. And, people didn't like him. They talked about him. They talked about the book. He was involved in writing a book. And there's dudes that are like, man, that dude's a nobody. Well, that dude he was involved in writing a pretty wild-ass book about the Mexican mafia, man. He's very old, and there might not be anywhere he can go. He's not that old. What is John? 52 years old? He's not that old. Gilbert R. hit us with the 20 piece. Woo! How do I hit the? Should I call Bill Stacks and find out how to make like the clapping noise on here and shit? We definitely appreciate. Who's the guy that's going to be on? Have you ever read my book, Blood on the Razor Wire? Do you remember Red when he was making moonshine? He told me, "Hey, bro, the wires crossed, man. Get me off." Well, no. See, man, every time we talk about prison, you guys start thinking crazy shit. He's about get him off the electric. I'm like, bro, I ain't doing none of that. I'm scared of electric. I'm not an electric type of dude, man. But that's who's coming on. You were locked up with him. I might have been in the hole at the same time. He was in the hole. You never know. I might have been at the same prison he was at. He went to rec every day. And he wasn't rec alone. He wasn't rec alone. Rec alone, live alone. He could have a cellie and everything. And Red ended up being his cellie in the hole. I recently lost my job to backstabbing. Holy shit, at least you didn't get stabbed like old boy Stranger. So anyway, there's been people that have commented and, oh man, he wasn't really nobody. He was just an associate. None of that stuff's true. Stranger was a dude that, and people are like, man, he's a white man. I believe that his dad was, well, we're going to talk to Red. Red will tell us. Red was in a cell with him for months and months in the hole. Gobstoppers. I thought Chad was never locked up. Yeah, I'm just doing this prison thing, man. True crime thing. Nah, man, I did almost 18 years, bro, straight. Not counting the other 4 I did in the state of New York. Man, I don't know where this cat's at, man. We might have to call him on Messenger like, yo, what's up? James Holland, man, we appreciate you. James Holland made a donation for the Christmas giveaway. We have some people lined up for the Christmas giveaway. We're running out of time. We're on the 4th this weekend. I'm going somewhere with my mother and my wife. But I might even do the Christmas giveaway live while I'm where I'm going to be at. New York City in the house. He's clearly a real member if he had the tattoo, of course. And you know what? I mean, you guys seen, like when I did the video, I put up like the indictment from Frank Fernandez, Sapo, where they were, they were getting ready to kill him, man. You know what I'm saying? They're getting ready to kill this dude. They're like, yo, kill him and take him out. And then, of course, is that the reason why he does the Sammy the Bull thing? You know what I mean? Look at Sammy the Bull, right? Like they come to him and everybody's read these books, right? I read these books when I was in jail. They're like, yo, bro, these dudes were plotting on you, homie. You ready? And Sammy's like, hell yeah, he's back. He was looking for an excuse. You know what I mean? And Sam does what Sam does. Is that the reason why John Turscak, a.k.a. Stranger, did what he did? I don't know. I don't know if they were plotting, from the indictment and everything that I read. I read a whole bunch of shit. That's the thing that a lot of people don't know. Like when you get into, like when you're doing these cases, there's a lot of reading. There's a lot of writing involved. It takes time, man. I got a video that I've been working on, man. And I thought I could do in like a day. I get this done in like 5 or 6 hours, but I couldn't. And then I, saved what I was writing and I got to go back to it. But do your former guest. Yes. He was my boy, man. He's my partner, man, in Big Sandy, man. And, there's a difference. Like, you meet dudes from prison and you're like, yo, dude, you did 15 years and you don't know shit, right? And sometimes you meet dudes that just know, man. They just get it. And they understand their surroundings. They understand how the system works. They know what a sim is. You could be with a dude, man, and be like, yo, man, what's a Sims file? And they've been in prison 20 years and don't know shit. Because all they've been doing is watching the movie channel. Like, yo, what's the new movie coming out tonight? Got any microwave popcorn? Yeah, I got some. But the microwave's gone. We ain't got a microwave no more. They're like, damn, when they take the microwave? So, but Red's one of them dudes that knew the system, man. He's a very intelligent dude. He knew the system for sure. Waiting on him, man. Come on, Red, man. Red's got a job, man. Let me see if he's home yet. Man, he's got to get home. That's the page. I just want a sub trying to provide for the fam legally. I can't see your link, bro. How many people want to check out Story Time with V Money? Let me go, man. Let me go see. This guy's leaving you out there. Man, my man's got a job, bro. And he told me he was going to be home in 30 minutes. So I started this just a little bit early. So really, he should be here at 7:45. It's now 7:45. We're going to see what's happening. If he leaves me out there, we'll still talk. But we've been communicating back and forth. So, Ski Studios, he ain't leaving your boy out there. Let me see. Get Merlino on here. He got a podcast with stories about Beaumont. Yeah, I reached out to him already, man. You're talking about after the holidays. Yo, Chad, what's good? Do some burpees while we wait. Oh, I ain't doing no burpees. My best friend in Big Sandy, Hakeem Johnson. Come on, Red. Let me call Red and see what's popping, man. Come on, Red. The people are going to hate me, Red. They're going to hate us. Chad, what's up, bro? These notifications not working. Almost missed the live. Great work. Yeah, that's the other thing, man. We can talk a little bit about that, but hold on, Red. Where the hell is Red, man? Drop Dead Fred. Let's go, Red. Where you at, boy? Let me see. He should be clicking on soon. How are the boys doing? Absolutely wild. They get on the ground and they bicycle kick their door in the morning and wake us up. If they're up before us, they definitely wake us up. I'm calling Red, man. Maybe he's driving. He said he was flying home. He said it's wide open. 2 weeks in the shoe for a stabbing. Just checking in, homie, who got the blade. So we're waiting on Red, man. Hopefully he comes in and we're good money. Let me see. Let me tell you something. I talked about Red in the book, right? Where he was kind of like a MacGyver, man. Red could fix anything. He was that type of dude. Dennis T-Tech, you want me to stop in for Red? I don't know. How the fuck do we, I don't know. Who else wants to come on here, man? Story time with V Money. Subscribe while we wait for Red. Hope Red's staying clean. Remember him. You guys are happy to see each other. Yes, sir. Red was a good dude, man. One of the dudes I hung out with. See, that's the one thing about prison, right? You get in there, man, you got a bunch of time. Sometimes you get stressed out. Sometimes you get lonely. You got to have a friend in there, man. Okay, he said, I just walked in the door, bro. So Red will be joining us. Check your email. Okay, we should be good. He's coming in. What do you think about Keith D and Puffy? You think they going? Man, I'll tell you what, man. There's a lot of shit going on about that, right? My biker buddy was locked up with Richard the Iceman. I read that book, man. Vicious book. Joe Pegleg Morgan was white as well, and he's kind of considered a legendary member. And I think that Joe is one of the people that brought John in, man. Reliable source. Look, dude, I got pictures, man, that dudes have never seen before, right? Like right here, man. Let me see, man. I don't know how to put a picture on here. Let me see if I can put a picture on here, man. This is the old. You guys want to see a picture of the old brand? Let me call. Who wants me to call Stacks? Let's bring Stacks in, man. Stacks will tell me how to put this picture up because I don't really do this. Whatever the hell, StreamYard. I pay for this shit and don't even use it. Let me see if we can get Stacks on the line. Stacks probably knows how to put a picture up. Anybody know how to put this picture up? They might ban us if we do this. Let's see. I'm still down to come on sometime when you got time. Hey, bro, I still want to bring you on. I was sick, super busy, but I have not forgot about you, man. Stacks is grocery shopping with his mama. He might not have any reception, so I'm trying to call him. Hey, my brother and his family, hope that everyone is having a blessed day. Man, I don't know how to put this picture up, man. Oh, maybe I could take a picture of this picture, right? You guys want to see an old school picture of the brand? Them old school dudes, them real live dudes. Here he is. Damn, bro. I'm trying to. Hey, how do I put a picture up on here?
Go to overlay. And if the picture's on your computer, click overlay, and then
don't make me
find the picture. Click it. It'll go in.
Okay. Let me get a word in here, Bill. Where the hell is the overlay at, homie?
On the right, the right side.
I see comments, banners, brand, private chat.
Should be it should say overlay.
There ain't no overlay. It's
there.
We pay $500 a year for this shit, and there ain't no overlay, homie.
It's there, man.
I don't see it.
Hold on, I'm paying for my groceries.
All right, don't worry about it. I got another way. I'm gonna talk to you in a little bit. See you, Stacks. Hold on. From Freedom Fighters. Let me call my boy Red, man. Computers are hard to do. It's in brand. Everyone sub. Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
It's on your email. Do you see it?
Yeah, I was looking all over the place for it, dude.
All right, the people are waiting on you, man. Let's go.
Oh my god.
Click on, man. You clicking on?
What am I gonna do, dude?
Just click on, and we'll get on there and we'll talk. All right.
Click on what?
I sent
All
you.
I see is a screen.
All right. You see the email right there?
No.
I sent you an email from Freedom Fighters.
I clicked on the link from all right, hold up.
All right. Now you got to go in studio or whatever. Join. I just told these people how smart you were, bro. Them grits with a 50 piece.
People. Chad Morris.
Yeah.
All
right. Let me click off of this so you can get on. It should just say like click on. Join meeting. Show me your computer. Turn your phone around. You click on the email. You click on the link.
I'm on my phone. I'm not on a computer.
All right, I'm gonna hang up. Just click on there and join. Get in there.
Click on the email.
Yeah, man. You see the email I sent you?
Yeah, I just hit the link, dude, and that's what just brought me to you. You're on a big screen, and I'm on a little screen at the top right corner.
I don't even see you. All right, I'm gonna hang up and let me see if I can get you in here.
I'm going back to the email.
All right, bye.
All right, touch.
All right, he's on there. Give him a second. Come on, Red. Give him a second. I don't see him on this screen, though. That's the problem. He's got to be able to get in here. He's a smart dude, so he should be able to. It says, enter studio. Click on enter studio. I'm sorry, guys. I probably should have jumped on here until I had him on here, but it's all good. They showed movies. Let me see. That's crazy, Chad. You have to pull up your screen. My screen's all the way up. I'm waiting on him. He's got to hit join studio, right? That's why I do the videos on Zoom, man. But I wanted to do a live so you guys can ask him questions. Hold on. If we got to go out of this joker and restart it, we will. Bro, you just got to hit enter studio.
I just did, dude.
I don't see you in there. I don't know what the hell's going on. This is crazy, man. Let me see. How about if I do this? Oh, let me see. All right, he can click on that link right there, right? Let me see. He can click right on that. Only Red can use that link. We're about to find out. Hey, do you see me on the screen right now? Click. We're all working together. Click on that link. Let's see. Boom. There you go. We got to get Red on this joke. We got 300 people in here, man. Red, you got to get on here, boy. Where's all the IT guys? Link. I just posted a link on the live stream. Click on that. Damn, I don't know what the hell's going on here, folks. Yeah. Lee, don't do that, Lee. There we go. There he is. Red, what's up, boy?
go. I can't hear you though.
Can you hear me now?
Oh yeah.
All right. There you go, man. I know you ain't got another Trump shirt on. These people are gonna get pissed. Some of these people, bro.
Man.
It's all good. So anyway, Red, we've been
That's
on here.
main man.
Yo, bro, we've been talking big shit about you and that garbage ass shine you used to sell to Omar and all them dudes while you were not in here. You know what I mean? But I'm just messing with you. You all right?
Yeah, I can barely hear you though.
Turn up your volume.
It's all the way up.
All right. Can you guys all hear Red? Can you hear me?
I can barely hear you.
You got your hearing aid in?
I'm not that old.
Well, I'll start screaming so you can hear me. All right?
Yeah.
Let me turn this off.
I can't hear you at all now.
Okay, there you go. Let me see. I'm going to turn this thing up full blast. How about now?
That's a little better.
Well, let's see what happens. So, look, man, I told people that you were, cellies with Stranger. And people kind of want to know, like, what was that dude like, bro?
For real, he was pretty cool, dude. Man, I was in the cell with him. We were both pending transfer at Coleman, and we were in the cell together for like 8 months. So he told me like his whole life story, basically, which is really interesting. And the thing about it is, like, I for real, I thought some of it was lies, but I know too many people that have read the book, The Black Hand. You know what I'm saying? And that book's about him and his homeboy Boxer, and how they got involved with the Mexican mafia and all that. So I mean, pretty much everything he told me was backed up by not. We're not talking about a biography or an autobiography. We're talking about biographies. Like, other people wrote this stuff, so it's pretty much documented, you know.
You seen that
But
he was the dude when you seen that he was the dude that stabbed Derek Chauvin? What were you thinking?
dude, it didn't surprise me because look, dude, dude is in a hell of a situation. Like, he don't want to go home. His situation, like, he played the feds. Like, he brought down the Mexican mafia, or part of it, and he told me that he was playing the feds and them. See, the feds would give him dope to go sell them, and he's getting indictments and stuff on them. And the whole time, like, he's skimming dope from them. He's skimming money from the feds, and then on top of it, for every transaction that he did to the Fed with the feds, he got a percentage of. So when he was released, and I seen the paperwork on this myself. They owed him like over $200,000. But his issue is, what's he gonna do with it? He can't go on the run. Everybody knows him. You leave the feds, you're going to a halfway house. You're going to be on probation. People are going to know where he's at. Like, it's all bad. And WITSEC is not an option for him, because he was actually in WITSEC and signed out of it because they wouldn't let his wife's family go. So they signed out of it. So that's off the table.
Let me ask you this, right? I know he told you some shit about like the LA County Jail, some of the shit that he did. Share some of that stuff, man.
Well, the story that he gave me was, he was I don't want to tell a lie, so let's just say they were young teens, 13, 14, somewhere. Him and this dude named Boxer found themselves in the LA County Jail. Now, his dad was not a member of the Black Hand. His dad was an associate. So there was this guy in the LA County Jail that was testifying on a bunch of the members. So they devised this plan that they said that, hey, what we're going to do is we're going to do the Mexican Mafia a favor, and we're going to try to get at this dude. So Stranger, they made a couple knives, and Stranger goes and turns them into the police. He tells the police, hey, my homies, they're trying to get me to put this work in, but they gave me these knives and shit. Here, take these knives. I'm not trying to do none of that, dude. I'm just trying to go home. So he basically PC'd up, right? And they put him on the floor with the PC dudes, and they had that dude segregated, the one that was testifying on everybody. And Stranger killed him, stabbed him to death. So and he told me that even though what he did was considered a stand-up move or whatever you want to call it, like he got into some pretty big shit about that. There was back then they didn't have cameras and stuff in the jail. There was a blind spot, so he wasn't prosecuted because there was no evidence on him. Even you had people up there that's in PC foretelling, but they're not telling on him. So nobody told on him. They didn't have it on camera. None of the officers witnessed it. So he got away with it. Now, when he goes home, his dad said, look, I understand why you did what you did, but at the same time, dude, you boys fucked up because you killed a member of the Mexican Mafia. So he told me, and I don't know how much of this is true because I haven't read the book. He told me that the Mexican Mafia, from that point on, basically rewrote their bylaws or whatever. And from that point on, they made it okay to take out their trash, so to speak. And by that is basically, I mean, shit, there ain't no other way to say it, but basically snitching on lower level drug dealers to get out of whatever trouble they may get into. But yeah, that's how he got involved with them.
Did he ever tell you that he was afraid to get out, Red?
He never said he was afraid to. He just said he didn't know what he was going to do. And he told me what his plan was. And his plan was to catch more time and just not go home. And it looks like that's what he did. He picked the right one.
Hey, that's that laugh, bro. You still got that old crazy ass laugh. So he pretty much told you he didn't, he was going to do something. Were you ever worried living in a cell with this cat?
Nah, dude, they brought him to my cell, and everybody knew that he was an informant, and everybody said that he was telling stuff within the institution as well. So nobody really wanted to fuck with the dude. He didn't have too many friends, maybe 2 or 3 close people. But the dude ain't no punk neither. You know what I'm saying? People just didn't run their mouth about him and all that shit. If they did it behind their back. Nobody said nothing to his face. But a lot of people, he probably would have been leery about going into the cell with. But I mean, you know me. You know what I'm saying? He probably looked at me and was like, "Oh, little white dude, he ain't no threat to me or anything like that." And he came into the cell, and I'm like, "Oh man, this is that that dude the whole compound talks about, right?" But he actually, I ain't gonna lie, dude. You know, I actually like the dude for real. I ended up being I was with him at Butner and Fairden as well. I was thinking at first, I was at Terre Haute with him, but I wasn't. It wasn't Terre Haute. It was Coleman. But as a matter of fact, they the last the last place that I seen him was Fairden, and I was in the hole doing 30 days on a tattoo charge, and there was this Southsider in there that they called Casper. Casper's a real good, cool dude, right? So I guess Casper had the yard for the Southsiders, even though they're drops. But
So listen, I think Casper did an interview the other day on Renegade Media.
yeah, because I think Casper was short when he was at Fairden. But I personally heard the SIS dude, the SIS lieutenant there was a guy named Bus. And I personally heard him tell Casper, hey, Turscak, or actually he called him Stranger. He said, Stranger's the reason why you're not going back to this yard. And everybody wanted to stay at Fairden. That was the sweetest place I was ever at. But he told me, look, when he got to Coleman, right? As soon as he got off the bus at Coleman, the SIS lieutenant, you remember Barker?
I do.
Barker pulled him up and said, look, I need somebody that I can trust, that I don't need you telling on everything that's going on in the yard, but if shit's fixing to hit the fan, then hey, I need to know about it, right? So Stranger's like, all right, bet, I got you. So he told me that like once in a while, maybe about every 2 or 3 weeks, they would call him to medical. And when he would go to medical, Barker would be there to see him, and he would kind of debrief and let Barker know, how things are going on the yard, and he would give him like a envelope full of books of stamps. So, I mean, the crazy part is this dude, like, he has no shame, dude. Like, he don't mind telling motherfuckers about this. And I mean, he will be like, yeah, it is what it is. I mean, what are you going to do about it? You know what I'm saying? He's just retarded, man.
This is pretty much a dropout yard. He's telling you this shit. You ever feel like you wanted to punch him in the face, though?
Who, me?
Not the guy behind you or the guy on your shirt.
Trump? Fucking love Trump, man.
I said, did you ever feel like, I mean, listen, man, people don't understand, right? We lived in some crazy ass environments, man. You've done some shit. You've been involved in some crazy shit. And then, you know what, man? You end up like, man, fuck this prison shit at the end of the day sometimes, right? And I think you were at that point in your life where you're just like, man, I'm done, bro. Seeing people stabbed. You've been involved in some violent acts. And you've seen your own dudes abuse you. And you just, I don't know, man. A lot of people, man, even though everyone don't do it or say it, sometimes you get tired of that gang life. You get tired of the prison life. And you're like, man, fuck this prison politics shit, man. I just fucking want to go home, man. I mean,
it's no life, man.
There's people are going to comment.
When you hit a compound and you got 20 years, you're set there for life. So you pretty much have to go with the flow. You have to a certain level, you have to be involved with things. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're in a penitentiary. But as you do your time, and if you've got a sentence like we had, you grow, you get wiser, dude. You don't get smarter, you get wiser as you grow older, man. And you grow out of a lot of that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you start turning a blind eye to a lot of things that you really like frowned upon in your younger years.
Let me stop you for a second, because someone asked me, Chad, weren't you on a dropout yard? I was there. I wasn't there very long. And I ended up, and you can attest this, not that I need you to confirm, but there was an issue between, I mean, maybe I do. There was an issue when the white dudes had beat up the dropout South Sider. And it was the kid, Jimmy from West Virginia, and the older white dude, Sims. And I beat the fucking brakes off him because it was going to create an issue for all the white dudes, right? All the white dudes were going to get fucked off. I mean, you can tell the people, I mean, I mashed this dude, didn't I?
Yeah.
And I mashed him for a good cause. So, yeah, I was on a dropout yard, and I wasn't there very long. And I was there, I mean, you've been around me, Red. How many? Not that I need to, like, glamorize prison or beating people up, but I have, you know, I've put in some work. Right?
You weren't there long. You beat the shit out of that fucking store dude because nobody else wanted to do it.
That was Sims from Connecticut.
Yeah,
he was my homeboy, and I felt bad beating him up, but
yeah. Hey, some of these people in these comments, they fucking saying some crazy wild shit though.
Well, sometimes they never live that life, so they don't realize. You know what I mean? But you do get to a point where you're like, damn, man, I don't fucking want to live like this no more, man. And you know what? When you do violence to people, this is what's, you know, a lot of people are like, man, we want to see, you know, we want to see violence and violent content, and we want to do all of this. And people are asking, like, why are you there? You know, why? Probably because I beat the fuck out of someone that was a shot caller for a major gang. And then they ended up fucking stabbing me. So, yeah, they did send me there. And I was stabbed over after I fucked him up. So that's why I went there, and I wasn't there long. It didn't work out for me. It didn't work out for me anywhere, for real, because I was always involved in fucking doing the prison thing, right, Red? Doing the prison politic thing. And you know what? I fucking beat this dude up so the white dudes don't get fucking stabbed, because there was, what, maybe 200 Mexicans on the yard?
Yeah.
So Roman wasn't the spot for me, man.
That was going to be a big issue. And you didn't even know about it. I think you was in the law library when the shit came, like, hit the fan, right?
Yeah, and I came back to the unit, and there was 200
Mexicans. Yeah, and they all come running to you.
Yeah, and then we did what I had to do, and then I got the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
But you know, it is what it is. And you know something, at that point in my bid, damn, bro, I was like, damn, I'd like to stay here, man. You know, I want less violence. I just want to do my time and be left the fuck alone. You know what I mean? After years and years of living like that.
Yeah.
You know, hey, the real gangsters don't say stuff like that.
It comes to a point to where, like, all right, say you got nobody wants to be around a sex offender. Nobody really wants to be around a rat. You know what I'm saying? So okay, so what if you jump out there and you go stab this rat up? I mean, what you get a bunch of props from a bunch of dudes in prison, like whoever that dude ratted on, they're not going to send you money. They're not going to write you. Like that, nobody's going to fucking do nothing for you, dude. Like you're not doing nothing. You're building your character in prison. But when you choose to do something like that, like you're choosing that little situation that really probably don't even affect you or your life in any type of fucking way, what that man did. You're choosing that over your mom, your dad, your sisters, your kids, maybe your wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about how they feel. They're like, damn, you went in there with 5 years. You go in there and start stabbing rats and shit. Now you got 20 years. Like, fuck us, right? You know?
You know,
it's just
that's the reality of prison. Like, man, you know, and dude, I've seen some of these videos. I don't know if I sent you them from Instagram where, dude, the violence is just, you know, dude, there's times where, like, when we beat the kid up that was using the N-word. And you know what? Remember, he was like, "You look what you white bitches did to me." And he ran out of there full of blood. And it's like, in the same shit, like with Spivey. Like, I touched base with Spivey. I might bring Spivey on. I should have brought him on. But you know, you live that life, man, and you commit violence, and you beat people up, and you're right. You're building a character. This is the character. But deep in your heart, you're like, damn. And my point is, even when we beat that dude up, bro, like there was some remorse. We let him go. You know what I mean? These cats now are tying dudes behind their back, stabbing them, all kinds of shit. You know what I mean? So let me ask you a couple more questions about Stranger, because that's what we're on here to talk about, right? You said you kind of half-assed liked him, but there was things in his past that you're kind of like, man, you know, you didn't never live that life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, Enriquez wrote the book. But when you're in the cell with a man, does he ever like open up to you like, damn, bro, like I miss my family. I wish I never lived this life. Does he ever say shit like that?
Every day, bro. I mean, every day. Like he's got a good family out there, man. He's got people that support him, dude. And he's been down damn near 30 years. And his wife stuck with him all this time. His family stuck with him. He's real close to his mom. And dude, I mean, people can say what they will about the dude, but it doesn't matter. Anywhere he goes, he's one of the most dangerous motherfuckers on the compound. I mean, it is what it is. You can't deny it, dude. And
dangerous in all kinds of ways, though, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. If he wants you gone, he'll get you out of there one way or the other.
He wants you off the compound. You're out of there.
Yeah, but he would, you know, he read his Bible every night, and you know he knows he knows what he did and the things that he does, and even though he still does it, he to a point he feels bad about it, but he can't feel that bad about it because I mean he still does it. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, as a personality, like the sit, like you can actually sit down and have a good conversation with him because he's not no dumbass. Dude's fairly intelligent, and he's got some pretty wild stories for real. Like I said, I didn't know what to believe, but I tried reading that book, but I think somebody had loaned me the book and they wanted the book back before I could finish it.
So let me ask you this. I mean, when you're living in a cell with him, right? I mean, he was kind of a jailhouse lawyer, too. I know he was always at the law library. You know, he wrote a lot of his own motions. Like you said, he's not a dummy. And he would handwrite everything. I pulled all his shit up. He would handwrite everything. Do you feel like, did he ever tell you, like, he felt bad about, like, those dudes were his friends and he fucking told on them like he was a piece of shit? Like, I brought the dude on that wore the wire on me and we did an interview. And he's like, man, I'm a piece of shit. And
he talked about him, but he didn't talk about him like that. He had the attitude like, hey, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? He was like, man, hey, those dudes would have did the same thing to me if they were in my shoes. That's how he looks at it. And I don't know, he's got like he wasn't too happy with that whole lifestyle. He really wasn't. He wishes that he would have never got involved with none of that shit, dude. It ruined his life. And I mean,
he went to prison. He went to prison, a young man, because he's only like a little bit older than us. He's 52 years old now. He was getting out of prison. He still had some life ahead of him. Now he's probably going to the ADX. What was some of the wildest shit he ever told you, bro?
He used to talk about some like he told me about a couple bodies that he had out in LA. He's actually not from LA. God, I'm trying to think of the guy. He's got the name of his neighborhood tattooed real big across his back. Damn, Stockton. Stockton keeps coming to mind, but it's not Stockton, I don't think. But he said it was a pretty rough neighborhood, and where they lived, like everything was kind of like LA. The blacks had their community, the Mexicans had their community, and they would beef like really hard with the blacks. And I mean, literally, they grew up killing each other.
Ever tell you that them dudes were plotting on killing him? Because it's in the indictment that they plotted on killing him.
Who, the blacks or the mafia?
the Black Hands. I mean, in that case, in the indictment, it says they were going to kill John.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They actually had him in WITSEC, dude. He knew that they were going to kill him because they found out what he had been doing.
He was in WITSEC on the street after he cooperated, and then he started selling dope, and he started calling some shots and did some violent shit while he was in WITSEC. Where was he living while he was in WITSEC? Did he ever tell you what state he was in?
Arizona.
Oh, so they sent him down to Arizona, not too far from Cali, huh?
Yeah, they sent him to Arizona. I want to say that they sent him somewhere else too. I think they sent him like maybe Indiana, Kansas, something like that. But I know that he said Arizona. He talked about Arizona most. And I don't know what it is with the feds, but I've met a couple people that have been to WITSEC because, you know, I was on drop yards. And I met quite a few people that were on WITSEC. And it seems like every one of them dudes was in Arizona at some point. I don't know if that's like a hub. Maybe they house them there until they can relocate them or something. But he told me that when he was in WITSEC, he couldn't, like, he always had somebody standing over him, like, all the time. Like, he literally had security around him because these people wanted him that bad. But I don't think that, like, when he moved out of Arizona, wherever he went to, the security wasn't that bad, you know. And they went as far as like getting him a job and all that, but he signed out of it. Like I said, they wouldn't accept his wife's family because they were nowhere to be found, so they were going to hold them accountable, and that's what they were afraid of. So they took what money that he had and just split with it and tried to go on the run. And that's when he started doing all the real crazy shit that eventually got him locked up.
And he had a deal where he wasn't even going to go to prison, and then he blew the deal because he gets out of WITSEC and he starts selling dope and acting like he was, you know, a gangster still, right?
Yeah. Dude, they weren't going to send him to prison at all. He could have got off scot-free. Because, I mean, he gave up some pretty high-profile dudes, man.
Let me ask you this. I mean, there's this big thing. He says he did it on Black Friday, the Black Hand. It was Chauvin. What do you think about that? Do you think he did it, you know, for the black folks because Chauvin, you know, I mean, all these people are like BLM. He did it for BLM. And what do you think? Did he do it for that, or did he do it because he was scared to get out of prison?
Nah, because I mean, for real, and I don't mean to talk bad about the dude, but he's he's kind of racist for real. I'm gonna tell you, hey, he don't give a fuck about no George Floyd. Not the stranger I know. He did it because the dude's a cop. That's it. Bottom line.
So he hates cops, but he's kind of a cop too, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You sound like a straight hillbilly. You're like, here, you don't. Damn, bro. There's people giving him shout outs. I mean, there's a lot of people giving him shout outs because of who we got. But you think he did it simply because he was, he was a cop and didn't want to get out of prison.
Yeah, that's what I think. Because I mean, I know him, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really don't think he cared. He don't really give a fuck about what he did. It was just the fact that he was a cop and he was a high profile cop. Because you know as much as I do that in these pens, especially, a lot of times they get their own U.S. attorney, and they will handle like when we was at Big Sandy, they had their own prosecutor. The feds did. He did nothing but handle the cases that came out of that prison, and they get so overwhelmed that they just start turning a blind eye. You know what I'm saying? They stop prosecuting. I mean, dude, how many times have we seen somebody stab the shit out of somebody and less than a week later they're right back on the yard? They're not getting prosecuted or anything. But with this dude, like, he's going back to court on that because, I mean, that's not something that the warden, the associate warden, the captain, they can't clean that up. They can't just sweep it under the rug and ignore it.
They
Like,
already charged him. I
somebody's
don't
going to
know.
be held accountable for it because that dude, his family is probably going to be pushing. I mean, he was a cop, you know, he's going to be pushing for it. I want to charge that motherfucker. You know, he's
I
going
don't.
back to
Listen,
court.
let
He
me
tried,
stop
I
you.
want to
Hold on,
prosecute him.
let me stop you for a minute because you obviously don't know. I know you got your job, you've been working nonstop, but he's already been charged, and they never, dude, like you just said, dude, I never seen the feds go in there and arrest someone that fast. Even when Dana Mattingly, killed the sex offender, and he stuck the deodorant bottles up his ass and stuck the socks in his mouth. He was in the hole for a year before they actually took him to court and charged him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've seen plenty of people, man. I mean, do you remember the one white kid? He lived
They
that.
did. They took a execute actually indict 7 of them when they did Mikey Egg in.
Yeah, they stabbed Monkey Eck in the eye. DWB.
Yeah, and most of them dudes, they came back to the yard.
They
And
all came back. 7 came back too, right?
yeah, but I'm saying when they did that, like, Jerry came back to the yard immediately and was on the yard for a long time until they indicted him. When they came out with the indictments, they locked his ass back up.
Jerry Lee stabbed that dude so he didn't go to Florida prison, and it came out that he had a rape and all kinds of shit in his background.
You remember a cellie of mine I had in Big Sandy, Sean Kane from California. He was
That's what I'm just gonna listen. No, that's what I was just gonna. Yeah, I was just gonna tell you about him, dude. He's a homo now.
Yeah, I know, dude.
Dude, and I said
Somebody else told me that.
Let me tell these people on here, right? What's that movie, American History X? Remember, he's like, no white dude should be playing baseball with black dudes, and he was really on that American History X type shit. And then it turns out that he ends up with some Native American dude, but he was a gangster, bro. These are gangsters. Remember, he was sharpening the knife in your cell. He went to the hole. Remember, he was sharpening the knife because he thought them dudes were going to get him, and he ends up going to the hole the next day, right?
Yep. Yeah, I went down there to the CO's office, and I'm like, yo, what's up with my cellie, yo? He just, because I had seen him, go to the CO's office, and the CO came out of his office and walked him out the unit. And the CO told me, he's like, yo, he just checked in. I'm like, what? Get the fuck out of here, man. You're out your mind. That dude didn't check in. But he did, bro. And I kept up with him. The last I heard that he was at damn, what's that yard, man? It's a pen. Allenwood.
Allenwood?
Yeah, he went to some program in Allenwood. And then the last I heard that he was fagged out, dude.
Yeah, I heard he was married to a Native American dude, but in prison marriage. Wow, right?
He was trying to catch another case because he has a life sentence in the state when he's done with his fed time. That's what he wanted to do. He wanted to book somebody bad enough because he shot a border agent.
Yeah,
he killed a Mexican that he killed his meth dealer and was trying to make a run for the border and ended up killing he didn't kill the border agent. He just shot him. But he got a life sentence behind that. But he got fed time over the border agent, but he got the life sentence for the dope dealer.
He's got a life sentence. Aaron Kane was his name. Aaron Sean Kane, right?
Yeah. Sean Kane.
Crazy. Some people ask, where do you think, John Turscak's going now? I say ADX. He's never getting out of the ADX. You can't protect him nowhere else. You can get God at the ADX, but it's newer days, newer times. There's a lot of scrutiny on the FBOP. He's probably going to the ADX for the rest of his life. Do you agree?
Well, that's what I think. But I said that on I had made a comment on it, and I said something about he was going to do at least the minimum 10 years at the ADX. And somebody made a comment and said they mentioned that he might go to some other place. I You just got to go back and read the comments, but it was some place I never heard of.
He's going to the ADX, bro. I mean, they can't put him in no more state prisons. You know, he stabs Derek Chauvin. I mean, his case, yeah, like this guy Elfie says that this case is high profile. He's all done, bro. He can't go nowhere else. But anyway, man, we've been on here a long time. We've been on here, holy shit, 56 minutes. I appreciate you coming on, man. Anything you want to say about Stranger before we go?
Man, stranger, you're wild. If you see this, man, hey, you know what's crazy? And you was talking about, I've been working and I didn't know about it, dude. I didn't even hear about it, bro. The only way I knew about it is I was going to your podcast one night, and his face popped up, and I'm like, what the hell? And it said, and it was your podcast that I read, and I'm like, no, hell no. I couldn't believe it, dude. I mean, I can, but it was just, I'm like, yo, it's crazy. All this stuff happens, and I know all these people, dude. Hey, before you go, I wanted to tell you, do you remember George Calameris?
The older white dude.
Yeah, he was an old crazy dude. He had one of them eyes, he could watch a ball game and a scoreboard at the same time. Like one eye just did whatever it wanted to do. He was a serial killer, bro. Somebody killed him. I don't know. I'm trying to think.
In prison?
Huh?
Killed him in prison?
Yeah.
Wasn't he like
Calameris?
Wasn't he one of them old 1888 dudes?
Nah, he wasn't running with anybody. As a matter, all right, you remember Brett, Delmar and Brent?
Of course, I remember Delmar. He jumped on the DC dude.
Okay, you remember when Brent went over there in the challenge program and beat the shit out of a dude?
It broke his arm or something. They were saying he was a UFC fighter or some shit.
Yeah, that was George. He went in there and beat the shit out of George because George, when Delmar got there, George had already been there, and Delmar was telling people that George had told on him at where was they at? Leavenworth. They were at Leavenworth together. And
are you talking about George that went in there was shooting dope with Lefty?
No. That George was from West Virginia.
All right. Well, listen, man, I'm gonna hit you up, man. I'm gonna call you on the phone. All right. I appreciate.
All right, bro.
I appreciate you coming on, man, and kind of giving some insight on old Stranger, John Turscak, the animal.
Oh
right?
yeah.
But definitely appreciate you. Appreciate everybody coming in, man, and just tell everybody have a good night. We're gonna do a live. We're gonna give away some stuff to some single mothers, single fathers for Christmas. Try to take care of some of these kids, man. There's some people that have reached out to me. People that have been a part of the channel, reach out to us on that email. We're going to do a live pretty soon. I printed some stuff off. Some of the emails that have been sent to me, things that people need, things that kids need. We'll try to help out for Christmas. Not telling people to donate, but if you want to, that's what we're going to use some of the money for. And I'm putting in a bunch of my own money. So, but
how do you do that?
How do you donate?
Yeah.
Get your father's checkbook, because I know your father got some money. And you go ahead and fill it out for $1,500, and I'll give you my address off the live.
Motherfucker, I'm working now. I got money.
I'm just playing with you. Listen, man, I'll hit you up in a little bit. All right.
All right. I love you, bro.
All right, man. You too, bro. Have a good night, and I'll hit you up.
You too.
All right.
Bye-bye.
With respect, Blood on a Razor Wire TV, folks. We're gonna head up out of here. You heard from Red. Big Red Man was on here. Talked a little bit about, who John Turscak was, who Stranger was, give you some insight. Just want to mention, I don't know how to take this dude's thing off right here, but I wish I did so I could take it off so people could see me a little bit better. So I'll just come up over the line. Look, man, this is what it is. He didn't kill this dude because of BLM. He killed him because Stranger was a weird dude, right? Went to prison young. Pretty much he's got an X on his back. And sometimes dudes bug out. I don't care. I'd rather take a chance out there on the street than spend the rest of my life in ADX if I was him. So I can't understand exactly why he did it, but I think he probably did it because he probably had nowhere to go. He's like, man, what am I going to do when I get out? And who better to pick, right? This will be in the national news. And I told you guys before about people when you got nothing left in life, you want to be the shot caller. That's all you got. You just want to be the shot caller, right? So when you got nothing left in life, he's like, hey, man, I'm going to go out with a bang. This is all I got. And he picks Derek Chauvin, who, gets convicted of killing George Floyd. Some people are going to get mad at me for saying, did you read the autopsy report? I'm just telling you what the jury said. I'm not the jury. I'm not the judge. But, I think, dude, man, get the fuck out of here, bro. I posted my shit, homie. There ain't a car at a dropout yard. That life's over with. That life's all the way over with. But anyway. So anyway, man, Red is a good dude. And you know what? Red got tired, man. Sometimes you get tired. Sometimes you get tired of the violence. You get tired of the gang shit. You just get tired of living that life, man. And sometimes you do things to people in prison. And then they send you to certain prisons because they finally want to make sure you don't get killed, right? So that's how some people end up on dropout yards. And let me tell you something. There's some real motherfuckers on them dropout yards. Don't think that there isn't. There's some killers, people like Stranger. But I think Stranger did what he did, man, for a reason. You know what I mean? He was a dangerous dude, 100%. And he's still a dangerous dude. And he'll always be a dangerous dude. But anyway, we're going to do the giveaway, Christmas giveaway. So if your kids, man, you're struggling, hit us up on that email. We can't help everybody, but we're going to help as many people as we can. Blood on the Razor Wire TV with respect. Until tomorrow, we're out.